here. I had to go back to that job that I did yesterday, and I wasn't happy with the combustion analysis, the way it came out. Someone had mentioned in one of my videos that I had it set at gas, so that was probably why it was off. So I went back over there, and I got the, CO and the carbon monoxide and the oxygen excess air right where I wanted it. There was a damp plate in there I took out, and I pulled the drawer assembly all the way back. I was one of them that you could set the drawer assembly. I pulled the drawer assembly all the way back. Had a .65 nozzle in there, which I'm fine with that. So I got the combustion test right, and then also the main operating control in that boiler. The low limit wasn't working on it right out of the gate. When I first electrician wired it and fired it up, the circulators kicked right on. It's not supposed to work like that. It's supposed to, heat up to the low limit, which was supposed to be 160, but I couldn't set it above 110. So I went over there today and I changed the control. I got a new control, so I got some footage on the combustion test, and I'm going to go over the way the control operates and what was happening over there on a piece of paper with you guys so you can understand what's happening. It's got a reverse. Whether you set the low limit to 160, the circulators aren't going to work until it reaches that 160 for the domestic water, for the tankless. So I'll go over that with you guys. The numbers here. They sit on natural gas, that's why they were off. 0.65, 60 nozzle on here. Took the damper plate out. Looks better. I'll do a draft now. Over the fire, more so in here. Also, I cleaned up that thermostat wire. The electrician had it coming straight across. I added a piece on there. No Firematic. Change this control, the low limit wasn't working on it. Oh, it's done. I don't know if you can see this control there. Alright, you got TT up the top here that will pull this in. This is the main operate control for a boiler that maintains temperature. Okay. And when I went over there, how you set this, you push all these 3 buttons down. And you should be able to get into the code here and set the low limit and high limit. The high limit was set, but the low limit was set was at 110. And when I went in there, I couldn't raise it up. The low limit should be set at 160 because it had a tankless heater. You're going to maintain 160 for the domestic water. And what these other settings do is I got them over here so you can see a little bit better. L1, L2. L1 is power coming in. L2 is a neutral. C1 and C2 is a circulator for this main unit. Okay? And B1 and B2 is for the oil burner. Now this particular unit, because it's got a tankless heater, it's got what you call a reverse on there. Whatever say the low limit set at 160, okay? If the boiler's running and it's not to 160, the circulator circuit will shut off. C1 and C2 will not run until low limit at 160 gets satisfied. That's for your domestic water on your tankless heater. Okay, and there's also Z, Z, and ZR. And that's for an additional relay for a circulator. The way I had it wired was I had an additional circulator because I had 2 zones. You got TT that comes into that relay. Okay, this is a 501. That's what we used over there. ZC is the power coming in to feed this control, the 110. And that's going to be on the reverse. You know, if it's below 160, it's going to shut this off. Okay, so you got the ZC, which feeds this control, and coming out of this control goes to ZR, which fires the burner, the oil burner. Okay, so that's what them controls. But this control is bad because I couldn't set the low limit, so I had to change it. Just so you guys see what's going on, and hopefully you get that. But that's what it is. ZZ sends power to the control, and you go through an end switch. When this thing powers, it energizes, and it comes back to ZR, which fires the burner up to the high limit. So if it's below the 160, the low limit, this will just shut off. There won't be no power going to it. What happened with this was, when I first fired up the boiler, the electrician wired it, the circulators kicked right on. It wasn't to the low limit. So I knew that control was bad, but I couldn't change it yesterday. It was late, and we got it straightened out now. So hopefully that helps you guys. Just because the unit's new don't mean it's good. Right out of the box, the thing was junk. Right off the boiler. Got a little diagram in here. And, electronic. The old ones had the knobs on it. Let me get one. I got one over here. I'll show you. There's the old style. L1, L2 coming in. TT. You got the high and the low limit. Got the burner. Got the burner B1 and B2. You got the circulator C1 and C2. Okay, and then you got ZZ and ZR. ZZ is power going into the relay and coming back to fire the burner at ZR. which would all work off the high limit. I like this control better. Obviously, it's easier to set, but everything's now computerized and all this other crazy shit. It's the low limit. It's usually set at 160. You know, and the boiler will maintain that in the summertime. Maintain 160 in the summer when the heat's not calling. If it gets below the 160, it shuts the circulators off, so the burner can fire up and maintain that for domestic water. Alright, hopefully that helped you guys. Thanks for watching.